So, like I said, I would work many hours a day, and I got to a point where I was like, okay, I can't do this all anymore. Like, it's not sustainable. And I wanted the school to continue to grow and flourish and be able to provide more for the community. When I hired my first teacher, I was like, okay, delegated. Here's the classes you're going to teach. And then it just kind of grew from there. It was hiring the right people, making sure the interview process was very thorough, having them come and teach a class. Like, are you a good fit? Do you fit with our culture? And going through this like expansive interview process was really important for me because I wanted to make sure that whoever was coming in had the same vision as myself and like how a class should be taught, what children should be feeling while they're in the studio, how they should feel when they leave the studio, the connection with the families. And besides that, then hiring people to work in the office. So there had to be a lot of systems put in place because I was doing it all. I was doing all the systems, but it was just me. So I really needed to make sure that I was like sharing, okay, here is how you do this. Here is how you register a student. Like just something simple, but at the same time taking that off my plate. So with all of the events that we have throughout the year, just in studio, we perform in the community. You mentioned we do compete. So we have a large performance company. We have the music program. It just there's a lot happening. There's always something. And then we do the winter recital, the Dancing Holiday Magic Show, and also the Nutcracker Suite. And of course, our spring recitals. So having the right people in place to help with event planning, classroom planning, communicating with the parents, just making sure everyone understands what's happening, that they've read their handbook, and just making sure someone is available at the front desk to answer questions, especially if they're new families and they're like, this seems like a lot. We've got all the information, but we just want to make sure that we understand it and we're doing things correctly. And we want to make sure that they understand it. So I think systemizing is major. Anyone is to grow and wants to expand their offerings, and just making sure you have the right people in place, helping them with the training process and communicating with them. And if you find that they're not the right fit, then it's okay. It's okay to move on and have somebody else come in your door. And I think that's another part of the journey, is just like giving people a chance, but knowing that it might not be permanent. People will come and go in your business, and it's okay knowing that like you got to keep moving forward, and maybe you have to jump in here and there and do a few extra things till you find somebody else to come and take their place, but it all works out. One other thing that I have done in the past couple of years that has worked out well for my staff and that they really appreciate. Some of them have multiple roles and they're really enjoying that. And it also gives them more of a sense of being part of the business and feeling like they have a say, and they're not coming in just to teach a class, but they're helping with planning. They're able to give their insight. It also takes a lot off of my plate too, having someone who is already familiar with the dance world and giving them a separate task outside of teaching. It seems easier for them to take it on and to train them. So I find that has worked really well with my staff.